My name is CeretaGibbons, and I am the owner for Comprehensive Grants Management. Welcome to Grant Writing School. Today, I want to give you a very brief overview of the 2019 Homeless Provider Grant and Per Diem Program. The title of the program is the 2019 Homeless Provider Grant and Per Diem Program. This grant was issued by the Department of Veteran Affairs. I have provided for you the URL where you will find the grant announcement. This is the grant announcement, and do not be deceived by the fine font size. This is 3 columns deep. Even though it's a short document, there is so much information in this grant funding opportunity. It's a really deep read. So make sure that you read through the document in its entirety, multiple times even, so that you can pull from it all the key features that you need to write yourself a very strong grant application. So the purpose of this grant program is to fund organizations so that they can hire a full-time case manager. This case manager will work with homeless veterans. Homeless veterans who are currently homeless, homeless veterans who were previously homeless and transitioning, homeless veterans who were formerly homeless, or homeless veterans who are at risk for homelessness. So this case manager work with the homeless veterans in their various stages of homelessness or at risk for homelessness, and provide them with case management services and additional supportive services so that they can locate and secure permanent housing. The grant due date is right around the corner. It's May the 20th, 2019. The time of submission is no later than 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So other applicants that are in different different time zones should ensure that they realize that it is 4 p.m. Eastern Time. In the grant writing world, where you're waiting for documents to come in at the last minute and you're not really keeping track of the time zone that you should be submitting your grant applications in, and you're thinking that it's 4 p.m. your local time, but really it was 4 p.m. Eastern Time and that time has passed, you have to make sure that you remember that it's May the 20th, 2019, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The estimated project start date is October the 1st, 2019. So they're getting these applications in May the 20th, 2019, and it looks like they're going to do a very quick review and get us word back so that you can have your project start in October 1st. But you have to know that it's an estimated project start date. So chances are it could be later. The estimated project end date is September the 30th, 2021. This grant program is for 2 years. The eligible applicants for this grant program are nonprofit applicants with their 501c3 letter from the IRS. So nonprofits that are recognized at the federal level are eligible to apply. Also, nonprofits with their 501c19 status are eligible to apply, and these are veteran organizations. Also, state and local government can apply, as well as recognized tribal governments can apply. Also, you must note that this is a mandatory requirement. All applicants must coordinate with their local VA medical center and get a letter of support from their local VA medical center to continue to be eligible for this grant program. That is a mandatory requirement that must be submitted in your grant applications. So the funding agency, the VA, has allocated $30 million for this grant, and that is a lot of money. And they're hoping to fund a lot of applicants. And this is really, really good because we need a lot of case managers out there serving the veterans that needs it the most. The period of performance for the grant award amount is 2 years, and you can request up to $225,000. I have provided a breakdown of how you can spend the $225,000. So there are certain limitations. So you can obligate up to $206,000 for the salary of the one full-time case manager over that 2-year period. So you could feasibly request an annual salary of $103,000 every year. But of course, it depends on the salary comps that are in your area. So if a case manager does not make $103,000 every year, and of course you know that includes fringe benefits, if a full-time case manager does not make $103,000 every year in your area, do not request that much. What you need to request is what the salary comparables are for a full-time case manager in your local area. So you can request up to $103,000 per year, and the maximum is $206,000 over the 2-year grant term. You can also request up to $15,000 for training, for travel of the case manager to travel back and forth for training or to assist the homeless veterans to locate permanent housing. This $15,000 can also include the lease of a vehicle. So a vehicle could be leased so that the case manager can do his or her travel duties for her or his job. Also, the $15,000 over the 2 years can be spent on mileage to be used by the case manager's own private vehicle for travel responsibilities and duties. The remainder, which is $4,000 over that 2-year period, so it's probably $2,000 every year, can be used for cell phones and computer and office furniture that the case manager will need to perform other duties of the case management responsibility. So this is the maximum amount that you can request for the things that you can spend the money on. So for cell phone and computers, it's a maximum of $4,000 over the 2-year. For travel for the case manager, it's a maximum of $15,000 for 2 years. For the full-time case manager's salary, including fringe benefits, it's $206,000 over the 2 years. And of course, you know it's based on your local area salary comparable for a case manager. That's the maximum you can request. So that is what you can spend the grant funding on. This is a great grant. The due date is right around the corner. Everyone I know serves the veterans, and so this is salary and benefits that you can use to hire. We all need people. We need more people in our organizations to do the work that needs to get done. And this grant pays for that. It pays for the salary and benefits of a person to come in, work with the veterans that you serve, and help them to locate and secure permanent housing. So it's a great grant for you to pursue. The due date is May the 20th, 2019, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get started on your grant applications right away. This grant is not to be missed.